that, Bob, what I'd do is explain where Dyer Brook is, because I remember Jesse Bedwell said the media did not know where it was, but it is north of Islesboro and south of Oakfield, so you people up that way knowing well where Dyer Brook is. The Warriors, coached by Jesse Bedwell. And, of course, the Oak Grove team is from Vassalboro, which is between Waterville and Augusta. So, geographically, we'll get that straightened out. I think when we start talking about records, when you start talking about how these teams got here, I think it's only academic, because this is the big one. This is for the gold ball. And I think we're going to see a very fine basketball game this afternoon. I've had an opportunity to talk to both coaches on the week. Bob, I know you have seen Aroostook play, Southern Aroostook. Maybe you can give us a little rundown of that, and I can give the fans a rundown of the other team, although not having seen, but just talk to the coach.
Right, Joe. Thank you. It's great to be back with you and MPBN for the telecast here of the state championship Class D. And boys, we have Southern Aroostook warming up down in front of us to our right. And Joe, what we can look for from them is a good inside game from Jay Bedwell. They're two strong guards, Reggie Lawrence and John Prescott. We'll be looking for them to control the things outside, the game outside, and then we'll look inside for Alan Anderson and his running mate, Ryan Goodall, to carry the load on the offensive boards with Jay Bedwell. They're a fairly patient team. They like to get up and down the court when they can, when the opportunity arises. They play a good, tough 2-3 zone inside, and we look for them to come out smoking, Joe.
Okay, on the other side of the ledger, before that, let's listen in now to Bill McManus.
Joe, thank you very much. Jesse, big game today.
Well, the biggest I've had.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, but I think I was more nervous than the Eastern Maine. You got to win that thing first. This is, we got the cake. This is just icing.
This is the frosting.
Yeah.
Jesse, what do you expect from Oak Grove?
Well, I've heard two things. They're going to come out with a 1-3-1. They're going to play man. They play man, I think they'll go back to 1-3-1. I mean,
Are the kids excited?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're ready. No excuses. If we're not ready, we'll never be.
Are you going to stay in the zone, Jesse, to play, the one you did up in Eastern Maine?
Yeah, I would say pretty much, yeah. I don't plan anything different for them. If count starts to hurt us and we can't keep up, why, then I got to make changes. But until, if our guns are smoking, you know how it's going to be. But if we struggle, then I'll make some changes. But those changes won't be too drastic. I may end up trying some stuff with a boxer one, but I doubt it.
Okay, Jesse, best of luck to you.
Thank you a lot, Billy.
Joe?
Getting back to the Oak Grove team, a nice article was written by Tom Lizotte, I should say, I believe, for the Kennebec Journal, and giving a background on this Oak Grove team. And you people up around the Milo area, and especially Old Town, may be familiar with the name of Charles Hotham, because he is an Old Town boy, and he has coached at Skowhegan, Brunswick, Winthrop, Belfast, Cape Elizabeth, and Milo. And he took over the job this year, Bob, from Mr. La Liberty, who last year was in the state finals against Jonesport Beals, had passed away, but he had taken the job and there you can see how both these teams arrived at this position here at the Augusta Civic Center. Jonesport Beals and the Aroostook team, good shootout there last week, 95-86. And Oak Grove beating Buckfield in a close one, 63-53. But Hotham is quite pleased. He's a veteran coach. I think that'll be a big plus for them. He talks very fondly of Derek Counts, and one point he made to me was, I thought it was interesting, was that we don't go out after ball players. I think a lot of people have said, well, you know, some of the boys there are from New York, but there is a type of situation where they set up to have these young men come up here with grants from their particular area and up in this Maine area. Now, again, let's get down to Bill McManus.
Thank you, Joe, very much. And I'm with Charlie Hotham, the coach of Oak Grove-Coburn. And, Charlie, you wanted to make a statement real quick at the beginning of it. And Joe has already covered it, but I thought I still would let you go ahead and do it.
Well, the only thing that I want to say is that there is a misconception. I can't speak for all the prep schools, but I can speak for Oak Grove-Coburn, and we do not recruit basketball players. We do not solicit basketball players. And it happens that we do have 3 boys from New York City who are good basketball players, but we have no control over who the New York Boys Club sends to Oak Grove-Coburn. They send them to various schools. We're just happy to have them, but they have to meet all the requirements, and we do not recruit basketball players.
I think that's probably just typical talk what they come out with, Charlie, anyway. They're still high school boys playing in a state championship game. Getting to today's game, what do you think that the Southern Aroostook team is going to do to you?
Well, I've only had a chance to see them once. I saw them on television, and I was very impressed with their outside shooting. They're a terrific perimeter shooting team, and of course, if they get the ball inside to Bedwell, he's a terrific boy inside. So they have inside-outside shooting, and they also have very good balance. They have 5 guys who can score in double figures, so I'm very, very impressed with Southern Aroostook.
Charlie, are you going to try to play man-to-man or zone?
We're going to play man-to-man. We have had some success with man-to-man, and we're going to go at them with a man-to-man and hope that we can challenge them a little bit more than maybe they have been challenged in some of the defenses that they've seen in the past.
Not being familiar with your team, Charlie, are your kids quick?
Our kids are very quick. When we get the opportunity, we can fast break. Transition, we have quickness. Yes, I'd say we do have, overall, we have a very quick team.
Charlie, best of luck to you in the game.
Thank you. Yeah.
Joe?
Thank you very, very much again, Bill. Mike may mention that you may hear in the background as we go on that they use the PA system here very well. You'll hear the man on the PA system indicating team fouls, individual fouls, who's on the line, who made the basket. And I think it adds to it. I really enjoy that part of it. Another thing, Bob, you can comment on this as well, is the court. And after you take a look at where the court is and where the basket is, and then the vastness that's behind it, and this has hurt a lot of the shooters because they come out winging and put one up that they think might get there, and it might go all the way up over.
That's correct, Joe. We're talking about a facility here that was almost specifically built for basketball. It's a great basketball facility in the state, and what you're talking about is the depth perception that the kids have to become accustomed to in shooting at each end. You do have quite a bit of background from the end line to the bleacher area on one side and to the concession stand on the opposite end, plus the colors that show up as you shoot from the wing. So each team, I'm sure, will have to get, especially Southern Aroostook, get accustomed to that kind of thing, Joe.
People have showed up here and come down from Dyer Brook and, of course, over from Vassalboro to watch this game. A good crowd for a D crowd, and maybe you can let us know who the officials are for this D final.
Right, Joe. The 2 officials working the D final today are Steve Williams and Dick Lyons. They will be the 2 gentlemen handling the state Class D championship game here today. I would also like to echo your sentiments to Charlie Haltham. I know Charlie, and he has been around. He's had a lot of coaching posts, but he's a gentleman, a fine man, and we wish his team well. Dyer Brook and Southern Aroostook, Joe, come in here with a 95-point output in the Eastern Maine championship, and I'm sure that's where Coach Haltham is coming from when he says he'd like to see them challenged a little bit more from the defensive point of view, and that's why I believe he'll probably open with man-to-man.
And of course, a year ago, Derek Counts, their all-purpose guard, scored a high total one-game Class D state championship, 39 points, and I think that's a lot to show there. Jesse Bedwell says we'll come out smoking. I just love the words he uses. You cannot describe Jesse.
Jesse is, I believe he's from Indiana, and he's a great one with one-liners, and I think what he likes to do, Jesse likes to take a little bit of the pressure off his kids with his kind of atmosphere and color that he provides for his basketball program. And a lot of times you see that happen with coaches. Jesse likes the one-liner. I say, hey, we're here, we're going to show up, and you're going to have to beat us. It kind of takes a little bit of the edge off the players, I think, and I'm sure a lot of them are very loose around him, Joe.
The Augusta Civic Center also has a gigantic scoreboard, which is right up over the middle of the floor, and it's 4-sided. At one time, I was wondering if you could see under, and it could be a score, but there isn't. But it's a gigantic thing, and with that, we'll be back in just a moment.
state.
see real well. You can go from one corner to the other in the middle, and you have a very, very good view. The seats are comfortable. They're colored, different colors, and there's a pretty good crowd on hand. It's quite a place to watch a basketball game, and of course the Western Maine BC&D is held here.
Yes, it is, Joe. It's multi-leveled on the side that we're on, 2 tiers with stadium-type chairs, and then behind us are aluminum bleachers. We're getting ready, Joe, to go down to the table and the starting lineups for this game.
On the ball, cross Tim Horatio and the trainer, Howland Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineups at forward. Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineups at forward for Southern Aroostook Community School. Number 12, 6-foot senior, Alan Anderson.
Well, he's going to get all, so I
At
won't have
forward
to.
for Oak Grove-Coburn, number 40, 6'3", senior Tim Green. Forward, number 30, 6-foot senior Ryan Goodall. At forward, number 31, 6'1" sophomore Richard Dunstan. At center, wearing number 40 for Southern Aroostook, 6'4" senior Jay Bedwell. At center for Oak Grove-Coburn, wearing number 44, 6'2" junior Niels Ersman. At guard, number 10, 5'11" junior John Prescott. At guard, number 34, 5'10" senior Alex Hughes. At guard for Southern Aroostook, number 14, 5'10" junior Reggie Lawrence. At guard for Oak Grove-Coburn, number 33, 5'10" junior Derek Count. Coaching Southern Aroostook, Jesse Bedwell, and the coach for Oak Grove-Coburn, Charles Holcomb.
So it's a unique way to bring both the teams out on the floor. I thought that was very nice. In talking with the coach, Charlie Hotham, he said Arrestman, and the person at the desk did not say that, but he's number 44, so Bob and I will have probably fun with that, but it's E-H-R-E-S-M-A-N-N, and we'll call it Arrestman.
Right, Joe. To get back to the introductions, that's the NCAA method where they introduce an individual from each team. They shake hands, go to the respective foul lines, and then the 2 coaches, and it makes for a nice pregame ceremony.
So Green, Arrestman, Count, Hughes, and Dunstan for this Oak Grove team, and Bedwell, Anderson, Goodall, Lawrence, and Prescott for the Southern Aroostook team as we get ready now for the second game of the afternoon. And the ball is in the air, and the tip is controlled by Prescott of the Southern Aroostook team. Southern Aroostook in their purple uniforms, and the Oak Grove team in their white. Inside to Bedwell. Bedwell's going to turn. The first shot of the game is in.
Southern Aroostook wasted no time, Joe, going to their bread and butter man inside, Jay Bedwell. It was a direct pass right inside to him. He just wheeled in the lane and went up for the 2 points.
Has a shot and a miss off the hands of Dunstan. Ball still loose. Still loose. Finally picked up by Dunstan. Again, they're going to call him for traveling.
Yeah, Richard Dunstan got the ball on the court, Joe, and gained an advantage by receiving the loose ball and stood up and was called for the travel.
So, the pressure is on. Prescott, a good ball handler, loops a pass now to Goodall. This young man, number 30, very unsung. He get a rebound for you, get a point. As Prescott, he's tops. He takes the second shot. The third shot of the game is no good. Rebound by Arrestman. And here comes the Oak Grove-Coburn team. This is the man they talk about, Derek Counts. Now off to Green. Arrestman on the left side. Back to Green. At the top to Dunstan. Dunstan right side. Hughes. Hughes going to go. He's going to take a pop. It's in and no good. Rebound by Jesse Bedwell's son, Jay. And it's off now to Prescott and to Lawrence. Very quick, this Oak Grove-Coburn team. They'll be slapping for the ball, so the officials will certainly have to be. Nice turn by Bedwell. And you notice how he backed Dunstan right back that time.
Made a nice move coming up from the baseline, received the pass, and went right over Dunstan for the shot, Joe. So he's got 2 quick hoops here, and we've got to watch out for that. And so is Coach Halton.
And I got to watch out for this seat, too. 4-0 in favor of the Southern Aroostook team. 6:26 first quarter action here at the Augusta Civic Center Class D state title. Nice move by Counts inside. They say, no, it's going to be a 3-second. So you saw that time the Counts went from the guard position inside.
What he did, Joe, he made a penetration pass to the wing and then slipped down on the foul lane, received the ball back, then went up for the shot, but got caught for 3 seconds.
Prescott now turns, passes the middle, those quick hands. Dunston steals. Dunston's toward the glass now. Nice move inside of Counts, and Counts is being fouled by Prescott.
Right, that was a nice play. Great steal by Dunston at half court. Came up, gave the ball to Counts on the baseline. He took it to the basket for the layup and was fouled.
So Derek Counts goes to the line. He's a 5'10" junior and holds a record from for Class D state title single game with 39 points, and that was done last year against Jones Ford Beals, and he makes the first of 2 foul shots, and it makes the score now 4-1, Southern Aroostook ahead.
Nice looking player, Joe. Good release on his foul shots, and puts it up there and gets a couple.
6:11 remaining, first quarter action, 4-2. A lot of pressure put on by Oak Grove. Hands everywhere, move real well off to Lawrence. Lawrence finally breaks the 10-second barrier now. Now comes to Prescott. Prescott looks around, goes down toward the middle, toward the paint on a scoop, and he's got it.
Right, nice play by Prescott. Took it inside. So what we got to look for, and our viewers can maybe anticipate this, they're going to a 2-2-1 full court zone press back to man-to-man, and that's very, very difficult because you often lose your man off the zone.
Inside is Dunston, and there's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to be on Lawrence. And you can hear the PA man in the background as he'll give it all to you. I think that is interesting. I don't know why I say that. I just think it's interesting.
It does add a nice touch to the proceedings during the game, Joe.
Now Dunston's going to move, kind of scoops it inside to Counts. Counts switches hands in midair, lays it in left-handed, and it goes 4-6 now in favor of the Southern Aroostook team. Prescott comes down. There's Goodall with a jump shot. It's no good. Rebound tipped around. Still knocked around, but up comes Dunston with it. And Dunston brings down. He's a center, but he can play guard, as you can see. Goes to Counts. Counts now works to the left side. Goes to Hughes, and again, a 3-second violation. So that's a couple of times that they've been caught, and Charlie Hotham gets up. He doesn't like those type of infractions.
Down there's Jesse. Jesse looking on intently here, trying to figure out how to get by that 2-2-1 zone press by Oak Grove-Coburn.
Prescott comes to the top now, bounce pass to Lawrence. Lawrence looks inside now. The quick hands of Counts, steals the ball. Coming down to 2-on-1. Bounce pound goes to Hughes. Hughes going to stop off the glass. It's no good. Rebound by Counts. He's going to go back up, and he puts it in.
Nice follow by Derek Counts that time. He made an excellent pass to Hughes. Hughes took the jump shot, and Counts followed for the layup.
Now Anderson has the ball. First time he's had the ball in the game for Southern Aroostook. Inside, nice move to Goodall off the glass and in. And that's what I mean.
There's Ryan.
That unsung hero is going to do some damage, and he puts it up now. Southern Aroostook ahead by a score of 8-6.
Excuse me, Joe. Excellent pass by Anderson, finding Goodall on the baseline all along.
Dunston now out the top, back to Hughes. Hughes fakes the shot, looks now. He comes cross court, tipped by Lawrence, but picked off by Dunston. Oak Grove-Coburn tries to go all the way in. Well, Dunston, as you can see, is a fancy Dan. He tries everything, and that time he collided with Jay Bedwell, and the ball went out of bounds, but they said that Southern Aroostook knocked it out. Dunston has the ball now, turns, bounces inside, and they're going to call a foul, pushing off, I believe, on Goodall for Southern Aroostook.
Right, and Jesse's concerned about that because they're getting the ball inside to Counts and Dunston early here in the first period, Joe. He's got to be a little bit concerned with that.
Well, it seems at this point anyway, there's Green with the ball, that Dunston, who goes the baseline, loses the ball out of bounds. Dunston and Counts and Hughes, the 3 men handling the ball at this point.
Right. I don't think Green has touched it yet.
And the Restman has not. Anderson's going to stop. Nice pass to Goodall again. The pop is up. It's no good. And in the action, there's going to be a foul, a push-off on Dunston.
Right, Joe. The weak side rebounding action there. Goodall took the jump shot. He doesn't quite have his touchdown yet, Joe. He's been right on each of his 2 shots that he's taken from the right baseline, and it's come off on the weak side, and Dunston was pushing off.
Southern Aroostook now inbounds it, goes to Prescott. Prescott, the good ball handling guy, gives off to Anderson. Anderson stop, bounce pass inside to Bedwell, off the glass, and good.
Good power layup. Nice pass by Anderson. Jay Bedwell standing in the lane, received the ball, went up strong for the 2.
Counts now with the ball. Off to Green, Connor, Restman. Back to Counts, Dunston the top, Counts. Now Now he starts to look inside. Now he gets it inside. Arestman turns. It's an air ball picked off by Prescott. Prescott's going to come down now on the gallop. I think that the Southern Aroostook team is so cautious about those quick hands. They almost are playing out of their field. That's a shot and a miss and a follow-up by Bedwell. But Anderson's first shot of the game, I think he heard footsteps.
Yeah, he did. They had a hand up. It was good defensive play on the baseline, but Jay Bedwell followed Joe with an excellent move on that rebound and put it back up and in.
12-6 the score, 3:05 first quarter. The pass to Green. Now Arestman goes in the middle, and they're going to call him player control. And that time he went against Jay Bedwell. Bedwell stood his ground and picked up the player control foul against Arestman.
Nice play. Arestman got the ball where he wanted. There's Jesse right there.
Is that a bugle he has?
That's a program, I think. Had the ball where he wanted and just ran into Jay Bedwell.
And Prescott, and there goes the bugle as he just tossed it. It's 12-6 the score. And Jesse sets back down. He's better when he sets down. Okay, Jesse. Arestman now looking inside. Now to Dunston. Dunston stops. He takes the pop and he hits. Beautiful shot by Dunston.
Great soft jump shot off the foul line extended.
Pass comes in the middle to Bedwell now. Stops off to Prescott. Prescott's a good ball handler. Dunston after him. Here comes Counts. Bounce pass goes to Anderson now. Southern Aroostook. He turns. The ball is deflected away. Picked up by Counts. Counts with the afterburners and right to the hole. Lays it up. Beautiful play by Lawrence. Picked up by Hughes. Back to Counts. Counts again toward the glass. Puts it up and in.
Nice play by Lawrence to deflect Derek Counts' original layup, but the long rebound came out, was fumbled. Counts came away with it and went right back in and scored.
And it was 12-6. Now it's 12-10 as Oak Grove-Coburn quickly back with those quick hands with 2:14 remaining in first quarter. Now to Prescott. Prescott's going to stop and take a long bomb, and he hits.
First time Prescott has been into the offense, Joe, and he certainly comes in nicely with about an 18-foot jump shot.
2 minutes left now. 10:14 remaining in first quarter action. Class D state title. No more practices Monday. This is it. Dunston in time. Inside. Turns, spins. Ball taken up by Prescott. A 3-on-2. Lead pass goes to Anderson. Anderson stops. Off the glass. It's no good. Tip comes back. Picked off by Arestman. Arestman's pass. Now to Dunston. Dunston wheels and deals and puts it in.
Right. Nice play by Dunston. Lawrence went for the steal. Missed it. And Dunston was able to take it to the basket.
14-12 now. Southern Aroostook leads 131. Bedwell the center. Way outside. Now to Prescott. Prescott turns at the foul line, stops, fakes a shot inside, and there's going to be a foul on Arestman as Bedwell picked the foul up. So we're not in any team fouls at this point.
Right, that time there, Joe, we saw Goodall go across the lane, and we had Bedwell post up high, and Prescott tried to get him the pass, and Arestman fouled him. But Charlie Houghton was correct. He's put on some pressure here that has kind of slowed Southern Aroostook down, get the ball into the forecourt.
And missed inside by Bedwell. Counts comes off the rebound, dribbles down. Oh, beautiful pass inside to Arestman.
Excellent pass, Joe. And
nice pass.
What it made it nice, he passed it off the dribble, and that's very, very difficult to do. And Arestman was streaking down the left side for the layup.
14-14 the score now, and a travel violation on Southern Aroostook. So Jesse is up and coaching. He doesn't like anything he sees now.
There's Jess. I'm sure he wants his kids to relax against that pressure. They're kind of throwing some fairly long passes, and they're leaving their feet. And Oak Grove-Coburn's trying to take the charge.
Hughes' shot is up. It's no good. Rebound inside. Arestman over the shoulder of Anderson. So he picks up, I believe, the second foul.
Right, and I'm sure Jesse wants Alan Anderson to get in the flow of the game, Joe. He struggled here early with his shot. So and we saw him in the Eastern Maine Finals, and he was drilling the net. That's
the third on Arestman. And we're locked here at 14 at the first quarter action. 52 seconds remaining in this quarter. And you see the quick hands of Dunston along with Counts. And now in the ball game is the new man, Larry Lowe. Coming down, and a foul is going to be called on Hughes, and he said, yes, I did.
Right, he got him. They cleared out that time. Prescott took the ball to the basket one-on-one and was fouled by Hughes.
And finally, Southern Aroostook will go to the line now for 1-1. So for the next 8 minutes and 40 seconds of the first half, the Southern Aroostook team will be on the line, and they are good foul shooters. As Prescott puts it in, does not make me...
Right, you didn't jinx them, Joe. They are good foul shooters. They proved that in the Eastern Final with some clutch free throws down the stretch.
Second shot by Prescott is good. And Southern Aroostook leads now by 2, 16-14, 39 seconds. as Counts comes down. 39. That's the man with the ball that had 39 a year ago. Low inside. Counts turns, pops. It's around. It's no good. Inside. Good rebound by Green. No good. Pick up by Counts again. They're going to call a foul on Anderson.
Right, nice play that time. Counts got the ball on the original, in the original play, took a jump shot, missed it. Green rebounded, went back up with it, and who comes into the picture to pick up the loose rebound is Counts.
Well, in the first quarter, both teams have had a chance to look at one another and feel each other out, so it's heating up. There's no doubt that both these teams can score. Hughes inbounds it, now goes to Dunston, stops at the baseline, tries to get it in. Bedwell knocks it away, picked up by Anderson with 20 seconds left. And the Southern Aroostook crowd down below us yelling, come on, let's get that last one. And that's Prescott's shot, and it's good.
He hits it, Joe. Good big basket by Prescott. Nice play on the other end by Bedwell to create that loose ball situation.
Counts wants control now. Left side goes to Hughes. Hughes going to send a long one up. It's no good. Rebound inside off by Bedwell. No time left. And at the end of one period of play, the score is 18-14. Southern Aroostook over Oak Grove-Coburn. And with that, we'll be back in just a moment. Start second half action. Oak Grove-Coburn got the tip, and they're controlling now. 18-14, no scoring yet. Dunston down the middle now to Lowe. Lowe's going to take the shot, and it's good.
Joe, nice play there by Larry Lowe to get himself in position to shoot, and popped it from the corner.
18-16 now. Southern Aroostook leading. Still that three-quarter pressure, and the ball has been kicked. And let's see, they're going to give it to Southern Aroostook in front of the Oak Grove-Coburn bench.
Another thing we could look for here is the impact of not having a restman in the game, Joe, with early foul trouble.
And I think you're right. And exactly what Jesse Bedwell must have told the boys at the quarter. You go right to it. That was a tough call there, as Bedwell whirled Jesse, or Jay rather, on the line now.
Right. Dunston tried to pick up the offensive, the player control foul, but he was fouled by Green on the end. So,
right. And he got the step past Green, then Dunston stepped in. So Jay had two on him, and there's the foul shot. No good. Rebound by Dunston. So the Southern Aroostook team leads by a score of 20-16 here in second quarter action in the first half of this game, Class D state championship. Dunston turns in the crowd and puts it in just like that.
Nice play. Nice play by Dunston. He just took it right over the Southern Aroostook defense that time.
One thing Oak Grove-Coburn has done in this first half, they play with a lot of confidence. There's no question there. You see that? Bye-bye as Counts goes in, puts it up and in.
Nice play by Derek Counts. He just picked Prescott clean right there at half court. And before John could recover, Counts was down for the layup.
Goodall now, Southern Aroostook with the ball. Back outside to Prescott. Hughes is on him. Bounce pass to Lawrence. Now in the corner goes to Anderson. Anderson's going to go. He leans. No good. Rebound inside by Goodall. And there's a foul being called on Hughes.
Yes, Ryan Goodall. Johnny on the spot, weak side rebound, and comes up with the ball, and he's fouled by Hughes. So what I want to say, Joe, is that on the offensive end with Counts, while Goodall is shooting these foul shots, he has really made his presence known. He brings the ball up, he makes the penetration pass, then he goes inside where he can become effective and try to draw fouls against Southern Aroostook.
Well, in the Jonesport-Beals game, they played Southern Aroostook. Lawrence put a lot of pressure on Skipper Alley outside. He's not putting that much pressure on Counts, and I think he's going to have to move out. The ball inside, knocked away. Prescott's going to go to the glass all the way up, and it's good.
Oh, great shot. Great release right at the tip of his jump by Prescott. That was a tough play because he didn't use the glass. He went for it on the swish, and he made it.
Lowe now with the ball. He's going to take a second shot of the game. This is no good. Rebound picked up by Anderson. Lowe's right there with him as he came all the way across after missing the shot. That's a dangerous pass right there. Lawrence now to Prescott. Prescott starts to go toward the paint, takes a pop, he hits.
There's Prescott again. They got through the teeth of the defense right at half court. Joe made the penetration pass to the wing, and then here came Prescott right across to the foul line and made the jump shot.
Hughes now, Connor Green, Oak Grove-Coburn. Top, Dunston. Dunston whirls, turns, and nice pass to Green. His shot pop is no good. Rebound by Bedwell, and he comes off with another one.
Excellent interior pass by Dunston to Green. Just couldn't decide whether he wanted to use the glass or play it swish, and just rolled off.
Anderson now with the ball. Now cross course at the Goodall. There he is. Pops no good. Rebound inside. taken off by Dunston, and they're going to call it travel.
Right.
I think that time you saw a slight collision, and Dunston just couldn't control because he was knocked off balance.
Right. There was a little contact there, and Dunston really didn't have control of the ball and just took a little skip, and the official right on the play called the traveling violation.
Prescott inside to Bedwell. Bedwell tries to scoop it inside, but it's picked off by Counts. Here he comes. Bye-bye. All the way to the hole. He puts it in.
Nice change of speed by Derek Counts that time. Around half court, he was going about 3/4, and then he put on the afterburners right around the foul line and took it all the way to the glass.
Well, the thing about Derek Counts that impresses me anyway, maybe I'm the only one who gets impressed seeing games like this, but he comes down, he looks like he almost is falling asleep, and then all of a sudden the afterburners and either a basket or he passes off for an assist.
I attribute that, Joe, to his confidence with the basketball and his confidence about his game. He really does look relaxed out there.
Lawrence shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound inside by Counts. There he goes. He's just taking his time, having a good time, tries to get it off, but Goodall crept inside of Hughes and picks off the pass. Now Southern Aroostook comes back with it. Anderson with the ball, holds over his head. A lot of pressure by Lowe. Now outside from Prescott to Lawrence. Another thing we got to watch for, and there's our man I was going to speak about, Anderson. He's got to get in the scoring flow. He hasn't as yet. And they just can't rely on Prescott and Bedwell at this time because Anderson's an excellent outside shot, but I think he's more intimidated than anybody on the floor.
Right now, Joe, Derek Counts is just taking over this Grove-Coburn team. He's playing both ends of the court really, really strong.
Green's long shot, hits off the glass pad, comes off now to Anderson. Anderson now off to Lawrence. Lawrence starts down with it. Hughes picks him up. Now to Prescott. Prescott, Southern Aroostook goes the lane. Beautiful drive. He puts it out.
Nice play. He lost his man, had Hughes on him, and then just put it in the second gear, Joe, and took it to the glass for the layup.
And a timeout being asked by Grove-Coburn. 26-22 the score with 3:56 remaining in first half action.
Another thing we probably should look for, Joe, here in the first half, the latter stages of the first half, and in the second half is the conditioning of Oak Grove-Coburn. I think the Southern Aroostook kids are a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger, and I think fatigue may be a factor for Oak Grove-Coburn, specifically Derek Counts and also Richard Dunston. But Charlie Houghton saw something that he didn't like there. A tough transition from defense back into the half-court man-to-man, which is always tough to do because in the full court, and I want to elaborate on the point I made earlier, you're playing a 2-2-1 full-court zone and you're covering areas. And when the ball gets over half-court, you're going back to a man-to-man and you're covering a man. And that's difficult to do because sometimes when you look around, your man's nowhere where he should be. And a couple of times we saw Goodall sneak under the basket for the easy shot. So we'll take a look and see if there are any changes by Oak Grove-Coburn here with 3:56 to go in the first half, Joe.
And there is Greg Durkee, a 5'10" sophomore. He'll be wearing number 20 is in the game now. The program gives it as 21, but talking to Coach Hawthorne, he straightened that out. Send me almost a Botanica. Nice move by Lowe, and he misses the shot. Goodall. So pretty much Goodall and Bedwell rebounding very well for Southern Aroostook. And down at the other end, and there he is again. And he's going to go, and he slows, and double pumps, and everything else, and puts it in.
Right, he's very clever with that, and what's happened, what he's trying to do there, it looks like he slows up, but what he's trying to do is draw the foul.
Prescott comes back with a shot, no good. Rebound and a foul on Bedwell on Durkee. And Durkee will go down the other end for the one-on-one.
Right, Joe, and that was a tough shot by Prescott, maybe a little bit out of his range, and in the ensuing rebound action, Bedwell came over the top for the foul.
So Durkee takes the ball now, sophomore, 26-24, Southern Aroostook leading. The shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound strong by Goodall again. Boy, they probably think I've got a contract with this guy, but I'm really impressed the way he hammers those boards. Shot by Prescott, no good. Rebound by inside by Goodall.
He's around the ball, Joe. He certainly where he should be and where the ball is.
Lawrence shot is no good. There's Bedwell. Bedwell's going to turn. Oh, he gets a double pump because Durkee was there, but Goodall is on the other side. He puts it in.
Right. Dunston went up strong with Bedwell that time, and he had to alter his shot. But by doing that, he left Goodall alone. He snuck in for the layup on the rebound.
Counts now inside goes to Dunston. Good play inside. And a foul on Dunston against Goodall, who stole the ball. Well, you take a state championship game. I've seen so many of them that you always look for that one element, and that would be an element of somebody that may surprise, has been steady, but you really haven't seen him. And this young man going the line right now, I think pictures that very much.
Excellent point, Joe, because you always know what the Counsons are going to do and the Bedwells are going to do, and very often they're good players and they don't deviate from their game. But it's a guy like Goodall or Anderson in the Eastern Maine Championship that comes right in and just does a tremendous job and gives the team that extra lift.
So Ryan Goodall, the senior, puts it in. He's a 6-foot senior. Very hard worker, kind of goes about his job, doing it quite well. And you look up there, and he's got the boards, he's got passes, he's got some points, and he makes 2 foul shots. And the Southern Aroostook team leads by 30-24. It's amazing that Counts looks up, sees the scoreboard, and says, well, guess I got to go to work as he goes inside. This is Green, Grove-Coburn, low. Now corner goes to Durkee. Durkee's shot is good.
Nice shot by Durkee from the corner. They've got a small lineup in there now, does Oak Grove-Coburn.
Coming down now. Of course, Dunstan is out. And he can leap inside. Beautiful move, up, around, and good. And that time, 3 people around Bedwell.
Right, but Bedwell set that up nicely because the first 2 times he received the ball, he wheeled into the lane. That time he went to the baseline with the drop step and made the layup.
There's a move inside by Counts, gets his own rebound off a missed shot, puts it back up and in.
Excellent play by Derek Counts, Joe. He tipped the rebound to himself over the defender. That is unbelievable.
32-28 the score. Prescott coming back now. Now Anderson in the corner. Anderson gets by his man, takes a pop. It's up. It's no good. Rebound by Green. Here he comes. The Counts. Oh, trick. 1,500 dribbles, and he gets in the middle, past the low, and they're going to call it 3. We talk about, even in this article I was mentioning about Derek Counts and also Charlie Hoffman. He said that he comes up here, he's happy, he's out from the New York area, and he'd like to play Class A to see how he would do. And I think he's answered some of that question right now.
He's a nice player. He really enjoys playing the game, and he works at the game. You can tell that.
And in is Jeff Giroux now for Oak Grove as Bedwell turns, and he makes a shot of his own.
Tough one, Joe. The defense that time by Green was excellent, and that time Bedwell had to have almost a fall-away shot in order to make it, and he did.
34-28 to score. Counts now at the left baseline, is going to stop and pop, and he has. Boy, is he going to near that mark again of 39?
You can't take it away from him. He just keeps this team in the game, that's for sure. Whenever he's got his hands on the basketball, it's a potential point.
102 remaining in first half action. Prescott comes back, a near ball inside. I think maybe Counts might get a piece of that. He has the ball now from Giroux, back to Giroux. Now the pass goes to Counts. He's going to move. He's going to scoop a pass inside.
Tried to get the ball into Green. It was deflected. It went to the floor, and so did he. Came up with it and took a turnaround jump shot.
34-32, 37 seconds left. First half action. Southern Aroostook head into Bedwell. Bedwell's going to turn, and there's 4 people there, and they're going to call a foul on Hughes inside, so Bedwell goes to line for a pair.
Right, that was amazing, Joe, because when Bedwell got the ball, there were 4 guys around him, and 4 people from Southern Aroostook standing on the perimeter had nobody guarding them. But he was fouled, so it was a good play.
So Bedwell drew a crowd. I think first half action, pretty much Bedwell with Goodall and Prescott. And the good ball handling of the other 2, Anderson along with Lawrence, has the foul shot up. Jay Bedwell's foul shots, if you will note, they look like they come off a slingshot, but he feathers them off.
Right at the end, he's got a nice release right over the top of his head.
And he hits a pair, 36-32 with 33 seconds remaining. Counts looks up.
Right, we got Derek Counts with 20 points already in the first half, and Jay Bedwell with 16, Joe.
And Hughes' shot is good, and let's see, they do give him the basket. There's going to be a push-off on Durkee, while Lawrence, one or the other.
Right, Hughes hit the shot from the right, and I believe it was Durkee, number 20, for Oak Grove on the foul and a rebound. We got Anderson going to the line, Joe.
So Anderson goes down the other end. Anderson's the type of ball player that can heat up with the outside shots. I had the chance to speak to him just briefly before the game, and I said, is that a 2-handed jump shot? He says, I think so. That's a Jesse Bedwell answer.
Yes.
And there's Jay Bedwell. He puts it back up, and it's good.
Nice soft touch, went right over Counts that time, and made the power layup.
17 seconds left now, 38-34. Southern Aroostook leading in this game. Here from the Augusta Civic Center. Durkee now back out to Counts. 8 seconds. Counts going to stop and take the pop. It's an air ball. Picked off inside. 4 seconds left. Goodall now to Lawrence. I don't think he's going to see. He's going to let it fly, and it's going to go out and up and over and down to the concession stand. So at the end of a half, the Southern Aroostook Warriors lead 38-34 over Oak Grove-Coburn in a very good first half of basketball.
Good offensive half of basketball, Joe, by both teams, specifically Derek Counts for Oak Grove-Coburn and Jay Bedwell for Southern Aroostook Warriors. The thing that impressed me the most about Oak Grove-Coburn, of course, was Counts, as he was a standout. But once Erasmus and Dunstan got in foul trouble, they came in with Jeff Giroux and Craig Durkee, and they held their own, which I think is a tribute to the bench of Charlie Hotham here in the first half of play. But you got to give a lot of credit to Jay Bedwell and also the other Southern Aroostook players, as they were able to get the ball into him, into the foul line area, in the paint, as we say, and he was able to convert those power layups to certainly put a lot of pressure offensively on Oak Grove-Coburn's defense, Joe.
So here at halftime, the Southern Aroostook girls have a chance to put on their choreographic show. And you talk about great basketball players, you talk about great teams, but this young man, Derek Counts, has to impress anyone that watches him, because he does so many things. These are the things I think that Bob and I had mentioned during the Eastern Maine tournament, during the state championship game. The different things it takes to win a ball game, the tip to yourself, the awareness on the floor, the good passes. At times it looked like Counts wasn't even aware what was going on, then boom, he explodes, he goes for a deuce, he may pass off to a player. I think his players have to be more aware than he is of what he's going to do, because you may get one right in the side of the head.
Right, and that's another thing that impresses me about Derek Counts. He really is almost a level above some of the other kids on that team, but he has great patience with them, and he just kind of adjusts his game and the force behind his passes so that they'll be able to handle them. And that's a great tribute to him, too. That's something that you really don't see all the time, and he's able to do that, and that's a tribute to his play.
Of course, the Southern Aroostook team with Jay Bedwell in the middle, they have 5 people that Jesse Bedwell pretty much uses as he did against Jonesport Beal. He did not substitute. So I think Bob's poignant statement in that first half is you've got a team like Oak Grove-Coburn that fouls, may run out of gas, and the Southern Aroostook team may put it on at the end. But we'll find out after this. We'll be right back. Halftime, the Southern Aroostook Warriors leading Oak Grove-Coburn by a score of 38-34 in a well-played first half of action on both sides. Pretty even at this point. I think Bob has made some good points, what to expect, what to look for, and I think if it gets down to a game you need one man, it's going to have to be Derek Counts. And with that, let's go down to Bill McManus.
Thank you, Joe. And you can see me, I'm sitting in the stands. I thought it'd be unique to, first of all, see Audie Alley sitting here, and he's got his new center coming in. This will be 6'10" to play for Jonesport Beals in a while. Audie, your comments on the game. You've played both teams, and after you give me your comments, I want to talk about the Counts fellow.
Well, what I say right now, the Counts boy, if he wanted to, pretty well score any time he wants to, from what I've observed so far. The other colored boy, the Dunstan, helps him out an awful lot, but Southern Aroostook is playing pretty good basketball. I don't think it's shooting quite as well as they did against us, but I expect good second half.
The Bedwell boy has played real well underneath. He's done a good job going to the basket and being able to play well. What are your impressions?
He has played exceptionally well first half. He's kept him in underneath. A couple of the other kids come in, put the ball back in the basket. But I think they need a little bit more outside if they're going to hold on to that lead. How long Jay can hold up underneath, I don't know. But I look for a good second half anyway.
If you were playing either one of the teams right now at halftime, Audie, people always talk about you make the adjustments at halftime as a coach. You play the first half of the game, and then you're going to make some kind of an adjustment. If you were the coach, first of all, of Oak Grove-Coburn, what adjustments would you make right now?
Well, I think it'd be true on both teams. What I'd do, I'd try to pack it in underneath, because it seems if the majority of the offense on both teams is underneath. I haven't seen the Counts boy really score much outside. Most everything is, drive into the basket, and the majority of Southern Aroostook scoring is underneath. So I just pack it in underneath and make them score outside.
Good. Audie, it's been a pretty good ball game. The question here at the Civic Center, is it true that next year, as a coach, you're going to have this little apparatus that's in the mouth down here so the kids can just play basketball and not listen to you talk?
Well, that's what I need, I guess, more than anything. No, I don't know what's going to happen.
Audie, you brought all of your team down here just to cheer on Southern Aroostook and also just show the support?
We're down here in full force, our basketball team, cheerleaders, the girls basketball team, and we're all 100% Eastern Maine. Every one of us, we're for Greenville, and we're cheering Southern Aroostook on now.
Audie, thank you very much for talking to me at halftime.
You found me.
Joe?
Thank you very much, Bill. Always a very pleasant Audie Ellie. And now with some halftime stats, here's Bob Leahy.
Thank you, Joe. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics here for the first half at Oak Grove-Coburn. We had Larry Lowe with 2 points, Alex Hughes with 2 points, Craig Durkee with 2, Richard Dunstan with 6, Neil Aressman with 2, and Derek Counts ended the half with 20 points, 14 points in the second period, for a total of 34 points for Oak Grove-Coburn. Showed a little bit of balanced scoring there, Joe, which maybe we can pick up on a little later. For Southern Aroostook, who happens to be ahead 38-34, John Prescott had 14 points, Ryan Goodall had 6, and Jay Bedwell had 18 for a total of 38 points, and that gives them only 3 people in the scoring race for Southern Aroostook, but they're ahead here 38-34. And here's your halftime stats on the screen. Field goal percentage 16 for 32 for Southern Aroostook, 50%. Oak Grove-Coburn 16 for 33 for 48%. Very, very close there in the shooting department, and I think Audie Alley's comments were very, very well taken, because there were a lot of inside shots. Free throw percentages here: 6 for 10, for Southern Aroostook for 60%, and Oak Grove-Coburn with 2 for 3 for 66%. Turnover department: Southern Aroostook had 3, Oak Grove-Coburn had 7.
How about the fouls first head? They're going to have to get some outside scoring, and I think that man would have to be Anderson. But if you look at the first half, Anderson pretty much was the guy that got the ball.
Guys who haven't scored for Southern Aroostook are Anderson and Lawrence, and they were very, very effective in the Eastern Maine tournament and championship game. So I'm sure Jess is going to try to get them in the ball game offensively, and see if they can't get some more scoring balance for Southern Aroostook. Defensively, I just think that Audie is right on hit the nail on the head when he said both teams have got to pack it in and make the other team prove that they can hit from the outside, because all of the points, Bedwell with 18 points and Derek Counts with 20, show you that the scoring has come from inside.
And I think if it gets down to that type of ball game at the very end where it's 1 or 2 points, then it's going to be awful tough to stop Counts. I haven't seen him go to the line yet, but I imagine he's probably as good on the line as he is anyplace else.
Right, and no one has stopped Bedwell either, because he has the 18 in the first half. So we're seeing 2 players who came in with the plaudits, and they're living up to their expectations, Joe.
In a very fine basketball game here, first half action. The score is 38-34 as we get ready for the second half. And the Southern Aroostook team is over around their coach as they're going to have a presentation.
Right, Joe. The Maine Secondary School Principals Association has sponsored now for a few years the Sportsmanship Award, and we'll go to the table with Bob Whitetalk and Stu Taylor, the athletic director for Monmouth Academy, who'll make the presentation.
At this time, the State Principals Association would like to grant to the East Mr. Don Farrow from Lubeck High School with his co-captains the Eastern Banner, emblematic of excellent sportsmanship in their tournament.
Very nice gesture there.
And for the West, representing Valley High School, Coach Dwight Littlefield.
Valley High School of Bingham, Maine, who will get the sportsmanship banner for the West in Class D.
I would also like to point out at this time that the Eastern winner in the girls was Machias High School, and in the West, Vinyl Haven High School. Thank you.
And that's something that's always nice to see, a sportsmanship award. We gave most of the criteria during the Eastern Maine tournament, but one big thing was fans.
Right, Joe. As a school official, certainly you're proud of your championship banners that you hang on your ceilings or your walls in your school. But as a school official, I'm extremely proud of Old Town High School and its fans and community who had an opportunity to win 2 of those. So we're fortunate.
Grove-Coburn will not start Aroostook, as they will keep low in the basketball game. They'll go with Green and Dunstan, Counts, and Hughes. And the Aroostook team has not changed their lineup in the first half. There's been no subs to Southern Aroostook as we get ready for second half action. The tip is controlled by Oak Grove-Coburn, and they give off to the Count.
To the Count. All right, Joe.
The Count. He's the man right now, and he goes inside. Now at the top it goes to Dunstan. Dunstan's shot is good.
Ooh, tough shot by Dunstan that time over Anderson. Anderson had a good hand up on defense, but Dunstan went right over the top of him for the 15-footer from the foul lane.
38-36, Southern Aroostook by 2. Prescott now to Lawrence. Prescott moves down, now baseline to Anderson. Lowe is there with him. Anderson, Southern Aroostook. Lawrence back to Prescott. And there's Anderson's shot, and it's good.
There's Anderson.
Did we call it?
That's what we've been looking for. One thing that viewers could take note of that time, Oak Grove-Coburn came out in a 2-3 zone, and that's what Anderson did in the Eastern tourney, was hit against the zone.
And Dunstan comes back with his second basket, and they make it 40-38 now, as Southern Aroostook leads by a slim 2. Anderson fakes the shot. Now he hits a pass, goes off to Prescott. Now the Goodall shot. It's no good. Rebound taken out by Dunstan. Here he comes. In traffic, off the Counts. Counts has got a real left-hand side.
Nice play. Fast break down the side that time on the wing. And Dunstan took the ball and then got it to Counts, who went up left-handed that time and made the shot.
Prescott with the ball, top Lawrence. Southern Aroostook, we're locked here at 40, third quarter. Anderson is open. His shot is no good. Rebound taken out by Goodall. At the top now to Lawrence. Back to Prescott. Bounce pass inside to Anderson. Looks inside now. There's Jay as he turns, gives off to Lawrence. Lawrence from the foul line, pops, good shot.
And there's Lawrence.
I watched Coach Hawthorne last time Counts came down with the ball, and he just sitting there with his legs crossed. He said, I know it's going to go in.
Right.
Nice to have a guard like that.
I got the ball exactly where I want it, right in Derek's hand.
42-40 now. Counts has the ball. Shot pop is partially deflected. Good rebound by Goodall. He's got a lot of boards here in this game.
Been very, very effective on the glass.
That pass is right in the hands of Counts. He goes right to the hole and puts it in.
Tough play by Goodall. Tried a cross-court pass against the press, Joe, and there was Derek Counts right out of nowhere for the steal and the layup.
42-42, and they're going to call a foul on Green underneath.
So what they're doing now, Southern Aroostook, is they're waiting for the ball to go into Goodall and Anderson, and they're fronting and backing Jay Bedwell underneath the basket. So those guys are going to have to make that shot from the outside.
Pass now comes inside. There's Lawrence. He's going to take his second shot of this half. It's no good. Rebound tipped around, picked off by the Count. Here he comes on a gallop, going right for the hole. He stops. He's picked up a traveling that time.
That's a nice call, Joe. From up here, we saw it too. He just took that extra step after he discontinued his dribble and was called for the traveling violation.
And he is only a junior. 42-42 the score here in the Civic Center in Augusta. 5:22 in the third quarter. Anderson now stops, back to Prescott, bounce pass inside to Bedwell. Bedwell's power move is up and in.
Right around Green for the power move. That time Oak Grove-Coburn was in a 3-2 zone, and when the ball goes into the corner, the low kid is following the pass into the corner so they can keep a man in front and a man behind Mr. Bedwell.
Dunstan moves up and no good. Rebound tip to Prescott, tip to himself. Now he comes down with it, starts on a gallop inside to Bedwell, and Bedwell's being fouled by Lowe, and Lowe is just trying to get back.
Poor Larry's trying to get back on defense, and then Bedwell kind of stumbled when he received the ball, and then Lowe ran right over the top of him.
So that's the second team foul on this Oak Grove-Coburn team. But I guess they're saying now that Bedwell wasn't the act of shooting, so we'll get a pair.
Get 2 shots. Going up for the shot.
Jay Bedwell feathers it up, and it's good.
Charlie Halton just looked up at the scoreboard and said, hey, are we in the 1-and-1 already?
Yeah.
And he sits down and he said, he was in the act of shooting?
I think he may have a valid point on that. Shot is up, it's no good. Rebound Sky and taken off by Dunston. As the count brings down now, trailing 45-42, Southern Aroostook kid of Oak Grove-Coburn. Low, now in the middle, it goes to Green. He turns, he fires off the glass, no good. Counts it there, the ball's deflected away. Green again, off the front, no good. A rebound action taken off by Lawrence. Lawrence is going to go on a 1-on-3, and he's the one, but he slows it down.
Pulls it back out. Good judgment by Reggie Lawrence.
Nice move now by Prescott. Stops, looks now, comes way outside by Lawrence. Right side to Anderson. Anderson now to Goodall, back to Anderson. Anderson's going to stop. Usually his side's the left side, but he's on the right this time. Prescott's long shot from outside, he hits.
John Prescott, 15-footer, right in the bottom of the net, Joe.
5-point difference now, 47-42, and that may be the biggest lead of the game.
I think it is, Joe.
Hughes fires it up, and he hits.
Hughes has been tough. He needs a big basket, and that takes a little bit of pressure off Dunston and Counts. Looking down the fourth period, Joe, we'll keep an eye on Hughes to see if he can still make that shot.
47-44, 3:45 left. Right side, Anderson. Anderson's shot is up and good. I guess it doesn't make any difference, does it?
Well, he's moved over to the other side, and that gives them, what that does, Joe, it gives them an overload with Goodall and Bedwell and Anderson on the same side, so they can create that triangle for passing.
And a foul inside. I believe that's going to be on Lawrence, as Dunston made a fine move. I don't think he was in the act of shooting, though.
I think they called it on Bedwell, Joe.
On the 40, stand corrected. That's number 2.
Bedwell, personal foul number 2, foul number 1.
The gold basketball is on the scorer's table. Popped by Dunston, no good. Rebound deflected away from Lawrence by Counts. The count goes in. He's going to take the shot, pop, and he hits.
Nice pull up in traffic, went up, and got the roll, Joe. And the roll is created by the good spin he had on the ball. It caught the front rim and then just dipped in.
49-46. Southern Aroostook leading, and there's going to be a foul away from the play. It's going to be on 140 or the other. It'll be on Green.
It's on Timmy Green fouling Bedwell inside. Jay Bedwell wants the basketball. He just said to John Prescott, he said, John, gee, I thought I was open that time. Maybe you can get it into me.
Third team foul on Oak Grove-Coburn. Only one team foul on Southern Aroostook at this point here in the third quarter. Goodall shot is up, it's no good. Rebound strong inside by the count. He's going to start down with it now, and all kinds of traffic goes right to the hole, puts it up, it's no good. Rebound taken off by Prescott, puts the ball down, Counts after him, going down to the right side, scoops it back to Anderson. Anderson's going to take the pop, and it's up, and it's no good. Rebound by Green of Oak Grove-Coburn, and they start down the other way.
Jesse stamped his foot on that one. He wanted that one, Joe.
Pass goes to Lowe. His pop shot is up, it's no good. Rebound inside by Lawrence, very strong. He turns, now gives off to Prescott. Dunston's after him. Prescott's going to stop in the paint off the Goodall. His shot is up and good.
They got a nice transition game that time. The nets hung up there on the hoop, and the officials stopped the play and give it to Oak Grove-Coburn. But that was a nice transition play. Lawrence to Prescott. Prescott takes it down, passes the baseline to Goodall, and he hits 12-footer.
And Goodall had missed the previous chance, but this time he came back with confidence and hit it. So it's 51-46 with 2:10 inside Dunston. Oh, what a move that was. It's no good. He calls the shot. It's up and in.
Nice follow by Richard Dunston. Got the ball off the glass, and that ball hit the glass and then hit the rim, and he was right after it. That's called following your shot.
Excuse me, 51-48, 1:55 left here in third quarter action. As this thing is starting to heat up now. Anderson on the right side, now the top to Lawrence, now inside to Bedwell. Bedwell's going to move and go up himself, rejected by Dunston.
I think he got a piece of it.
A piece of something. There goes Counts, puts it up and in, and he goes uncontested down the middle.
Right now, Southern Aroostook is having trouble getting back on defense. They're really coming down the floor quick with Dunston and Counts.
They're going to call a foul on Lowe, and that'll be the fourth team foul. And on Lowe, that'll be only his second. As Jesse Bedwell up and coaching and telling his guys what to go do. This a 5-point difference has been about the difference in the game, but we're down to 1 now, 51-50 with 1:25 in third quarter action. Anderson, there's the shot. It's good.
He's got it. There's Alan Anderson at his best, right out from his range, 15 feet. And, Joe, what we're seeing is here, no team can really sustain a lead. They're just trading basket for basket right now.
And who can wear down which one? Another move by Dunston inside. He has got more moves than a Swiss clock. That time he came in and just did everything. The ball went through the hole. 53-52, again by 1. Steele. Counts could not believe that. Oh, what a pass by Counts.
That's called a tip pass, Joe. Here's Counts out in front of the play. He's waiting for Hughes to give it to him, He finally gives it to him, and then Hughes gets it right back for the layup. Excellent play.
Beautiful pass that time by Counts. Inside, Green is going to be pushing off, and so Bedwell now goes the line for 1-1 as that's the 15th foul.
Right, Joe. That's a nice pass in there, away from the defense. Jimmy Green's having problems staying with Jay Bedwell, and I'm sure that Jay is happy, and so is Jesse. With 38 seconds to go, they're into 1-1. They have the whole fourth period to shoot that 1-1 on every common foul.
So Green has his fourth team foul, fourth personal foul, I should say, and the Westman gets ready to come back in, and I believe he has 3 on him. So Jay Bedwell may take him to school as well, trying to get the ball inside. But one thing Southern Aroostook has done, they have got the outside scoring from Anderson in this third period.
Yes, they have, but the Counts and Dunston show here have put them ahead, and now it's tied.
Now it's tied 54-54 with 38 seconds remaining. As Jay Bedwell already been assigned to go to University of Maine at Presque Isle. And this young man scoring at one end and the Count scoring at the other end. 55-54, Southern Aroostook leads by 1. Ball deflected away, Counts in deep outside now. It's off, no good. The tip up there, and we're going to call a foul on Dunston. And Dunston may have picked up his score.
Right, that's three fouls on Dunston there. On the rebounding action over Bedwell, I believe. No, I guess it's Goodall. Goodall had the inside position, and he's going to go to the line for the 1-1, and Dunston's got to leave the game with 3 fouls at 27 seconds. You just can't take a chance that he'll pick up his 4th foul in that short time period.
And more importantly, if you look up at the giant clock over the Augusta Civic Center floor, the team fouls against Southern Aroostook are only 1. A little bit of magic on that one.
Nice roll. Got the iron that time onto the glass, and it rolled in. And that's a good point, Joe, because they've got, they're going to have some fouls that they may be able to waste down the stretch if they have to get the ball back.
Oh, nice move inside by, so Anderson put it in, but a nice move by Bedwell, but Counts knocked it away. Anderson was quickly there to pick it up and put it in. So we have a 3-point lead now, 4-point, I should say. 58-54, 12 seconds remaining. Counts now goes. Shot is up and he hits, and the back is going to count, and Bedwell is fouled.
Nice play. Derek Counts got the ball, saw an opening in the defense, went up for the shot, hesitated in the air, drew the foul, and made the hoop.
As Counts will have a chance now to cut it to within 1 with 7 seconds. Derek Counts, a junior, 5'10", 39 points last year. The foul shot missed. Inside rebound. It's around. They're going to call a jump ball with Goodall. And as Giroux gets ready to come back in the game, and he does, and Lowe leads.
Right, Joe. Important possession here. Whoever gets it, you could tie the game or be a 4-point swing for Southern Aroostook. So we'll keep an eye on the jump ball. See if Southern Aroostook can gain possession or Oak Grove-Coburn maintain possession. 5 seconds left.
58-56 the score. Southern Aroostook is ahead in this game. Tip is controlled, and a beautiful steal by Counts. He's going to turn and fire, and it's no good. Rebound taken out by Lawrence, and he knew right there how much time there was on the clock, because when he stole, he went with it.
Excellent play. Goodall got the tip to Prescott, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Third quarter action as Southern Aroostook is led in this game in the 4th quarter. The game is 58-56. Maybe we can get back on that last play, Bob.
Oh, that was excellent. I've got a comment on that if we get a moment.
Okay, it goes inside to Bedwell. Bedwell, nice scoop pass to Goodall. The shot is missed, and the rebound picked off by Ressman as the Oak Grove-Coburn team starts down, and Dunston gets ready to check back in for Oak Grove-Coburn. They'll need him. Giroux now inside to Durkee. Move by the Counts. The shot is missed. Taken up by Goodall. And Goodall almost had the ball slapped away by Counts. Prescott comes down with it. Now to Anderson. Anderson's shot is up. It's good.
Nice play right there. Here comes Anderson back in the game. But at the end of the 3rd quarter, Joe, Goodall had the tap to Prescott. Anderson had broke to the basket, and Count picked Prescott's pocket and made the jump shot without even looking at the clock. He knew how much time there was, and he knew exactly where he was on the court.
3-second violation called underneath. It was just floor awareness all the way. Just knew where he was, what the time was, and he put that ball up, and he missed the shot, but just that awareness is so important.
Great presence on the basketball court.
Southern Aroostook leading now by 60-56 score with 7:02 remaining in the game for the goal ball. Prescott now back to Anderson. Anderson's looking inside. Now to Lawrence. Lawrence can take the pop and hit.
Good shot by Reggie Lawrence right there. They moved the ball around. They couldn't get it into Bedwell. Came back to Prescott, over to Lawrence for the pop, and he got two.
Now it goes in the corner to Hughes, into Dunston. Dunston turns. The shot is up and good. Behind the glass, over people. 2 Mack trucks. A couple of buildings, and the ball goes in.
Neither team will give up, Joe. They won't give in an inch here as they keep scoring from the outside.
Goodall back to Lawrence. Now to Prescott. Prescott to take the pop. It's no good. Rebound by Bedwell. The ball has stripped. He's down the floor, and Dunston ties him up.
Right, Bedwell had to rebound up above him, but he hadn't landed yet. And when he did, the ball came down, and they reached in. I believe it was Green that reached in and made the, not Green, but Arestman, reached in and just deflected it, and they go to the jump ball.
Tip control by Arestman. Off to Hughes. Now he gives the count as he starts down. 6:13 remaining in the game. 62-58. Southern Aroostook leading. Dunston's shot is up. It's no good. And the rebound action is going to be a push-off. And we'll see how that one goes. It evidently is going to go on Southern Aroostook. It's on Prescott.
Right, Prescott in attempting to get position under the basket, pushed off Joe, and with the whistle for the foul. Gives Oak Grove-Coburn the ball right under their hoop.
Now the pass in, comes inside to the count. He's going to turn, pop it up and in.
Goes right over the defense. Lawrence was in good position, but did not jump with him, and he went up over him for the 2 points.
I think there has to be, as Bedwell gets the ball, gives off to Goodall, there has to be an awful lot of concern. The shot is missing the foul. The Counts does it so easily. You just wonder if you get down to that one shot in the game, what's going to happen.
Very smooth player. That time there, and I'm sure Jesse's upset with the rebounding action, but what happened that time, Jay Bedwell got the ball in the middle, passed to a wide-open Goodall on the baseline, and he hasn't been able to make that jump shot in the last couple of minutes.
5:47 as Hughes comes back to the pop, but he is called for double dribbling.
He knew it. The minute he let it go, he started shaking his head. Yes, I know.
62-60 the score. 5:45 in the game. As Prescott brings down now, it goes off to Anderson. Anderson back to Prescott. Prescott looking inside, hoping to get Bedwell to tip away, and finally Goodall comes back with a nice move by Goodall, puts it up, no good. That's Bedwell, gets back up with it off the glass and in.
Nice play. Ryan Goodall kept the ball alive, Joe, as you mentioned, and Jay Bedwell got the loose ball on the rebound, put it up and in.
64-60, 5:20 left. Counts now to Giroux, back to Counts, spins, turns, pops up, no good. Rebound comes back to him, turns again, puts it back up, it's good.
He made a lead at that time. He leaned into Bedwell, hoping to draw the foul, but Jay stayed away, but he made the hoop.
5:04 remaining in this game. 64-62. Anderson. Now Prescott to Goodall from Lawrence. Back to Lawrence now. Off to Prescott. Bounce pass. Now it goes inside to Bedwell. Bedwell's going to turn. He's going to pop it up. It's no good. Rebound taken off by the Count. Here he comes on a gallop now. Tricky dribble down the lane. Nice pass inside to Dunston, and it does not go, and there's going to be a foul.
Excellent play. Well run time by Oak Grove-Coburn with the ball in the middle to Derek Counts. Threw the defense to him, made a nifty left-handed pass to Dunston, who took it to the baseline, went up, faked, and just rolled out and get 2 shots.
So Dunston goes to the line. This young man is only a sophomore, if you can believe that. The shot is up, and it's no good. 64-62 the score. Southern Aroostook leading in last quarter action, 4-4-3 left in this game.
Had a little bit too much on the first one, Joe. He wants to go up a little bit straighter with the ball.
And it does. It does drop. And it goes 64-63. As both coaches now squirming in their seats. Anderson to Prescott now. Lawrence takes that shot. It's good. He does a nice job with that shot.
There's Reggie Lawrence. He's come alive, as has Anderson in the second half here. And he's made, I believe, 2 or 3 right there from that same spot. So they're getting the ball to him, and he's making them.
66-63 the score. Southern Aroostook leading over Oak Grove-Coburn. Green back in the game with 4 fouls. Dunston, he's going to take the pop, and it's nice rejection by Bedwell, taken off by Prescott. Prescott comes down with it now, looking behind him, wondering what counts is. There goes Anderson now off to Lawrence, back to Prescott. Now it comes in the middle of Bedwell. Bedwell's going to turn up off the glass. Beautiful move by Jay Bedwell.
Right between Eressman and Counts that time. A great pass inside. He saw the little opening, made the nice power layup to bring it to 68-63, Joe, here with 4 minutes exactly to go in the game, or regulation time anyway.
4 minutes left in this game. 68-63 the score, as the Southern Aroostook team leading. And I think that what we had mentioned has come true, that you got the outside shooting by Lawrence and Anderson, which they didn't have in the first half.
Right, Joe. Good point made there, because they have come alive, and as soon as they get Goodall into the flow offensively, they'll be a force, but Dunston and Counts will not bend over and will not break. They will not go down. They just keep coming back with big basket after big basket, and that's a key going down the stretch here with 4 minutes to go.
And that graphic there is so important to us, because when you don't mention it, people wind off walls. We're trying to put it all in perspective, what can happen, what we think might happen, score, time, crowd, band, and everything else. And as we get ready to inbound this pass now, and I imagine Derek Counts will be handling most of the heavy work the rest of the way in. There's the other young man that thinks the pop is no good. Nice rebound by Bedwell. He's being fouled by Counts. So now I think, Bob, you're going to see the reaching, the slapping, and the officials are going to be on their toes now.
Right, Joe. It's a critical part of the game, and both teams are in the 1-on-1. And we've got to watch for that. Who shoots the foul shots the best down the stretch? And as you mentioned, both officials have got to be alert to be on the play, in great position to make the call.
3:49 left in this Class D championship game. The shot by Bedwell is good. Well, if you talk about the 2-game set that we saw at the auditorium in this game, I guess that we can pretty much say that Jay Bedwell is a very consistent basketball player.
Yes, he is. He can go inside, and he can make his foul shots, and it's critical that a big man make the foul shots, because he's always around the ball when it's close to the basket.
7-point lead by Southern Aroostook now, 70-63. Low now to Hughes. Hughes' shot is up. It's good.
There's Hughes. He came on.
Back.
That's right. Hughes made a big hoop right there.
3:34. I'm surprised that Oak Grove-Coburn doesn't go full court press at this point. But I'm not a coach, so I guess I'll have to sit here and guess about it.
All right, they're in the half-court man-to-man, though. They're back into their man-to-man.
There he is. And nice move and up, and a foul is going to be called on Dunston. That's going to be his 4th. So Southern Aroostook pretty much in the driver's seat at this point with 3:20, because the 2 big men, both Eressman and Dunston, have 4 personal fouls.
That's right, Joe. And that time they made the pass into Bedwell, and Dunston came over. He was guarding Goodall on the baseline and came over and made the foul. Went for the block because it was almost a sure layup.
Nice shot by Jay as he puts his ball club ahead by 6. 71-65 with 3:20. Bedwell's second shot is up, and that's no good. Rebound comes off the Counts. Derek Counts down with the ball now. Number 33. He's going to take the long pop from outside, and he blisters it.
Now we see him go outside. He said, hey, I can't get through that defense, so I'm going to take a 15-footer.
71-67. Inside to Bedwell. Bedwell's going to turn. Scoop pass goes to Goodall. His shot pop is no good. That's a tough miss. That's a hard shot for when you're open like that.
Right, Joe.
There goes Counts, gives a pass off. He throws it away.
Yeah, tough play right there. He thought Larry Lowe was going to go to the basket, but he didn't, and he makes the turnover. But I just noticed him, too. He's quite an competitor. He was right after the defensive kids. They said, come on, let's play some D now. We're in this.
He wants Hughes up on the ball's deflected away, and Dunston started for the steal on Lawrence, but couldn't get it. He wants Hughes up a little bit tighter on Prescott, and Hughes does foul him, and he shakes his head up and down. I think, you know, they talk about an import-type ball club. I think Charlie Hoffman tried to get at the top of the show. But I think these young men for Oak Grove-Coburn is certainly a credit to their school, as they're raising their hands, they're shaking their heads, yes, they're not arguing, they look and are coached by a very fine individual.
Yes, they are, Joe. Nice young men out there playing down the stretch here. That's a big foul shot right there, and they're all big now, Joe.
Jesse Bedwell got up and did a pirouette at the Foul shot that Prescott made. He likes that one, too. So it's 73-67. It's a 6-point lead for Southern Aroostook over Oak Grove-Coburn with 2:36 remaining in the fourth period. Dunston, his move, his pop is up. It's no good. Rebound by Goodall. And there's Lowe to tie him up.
All right, nice play by Larry Lowe. Dunston had that ball go down inside the cylinder and bounce out. And there was a great rebound there by, looked like Goodall. And Lowe just waited for him to turn around, and he tied him up for the hell ball.
As a tip, it goes to Prescott. Prescott comes down now. Prescott's going to go and stop, look around. Now he goes out to Lawrence. Lawrence is going to turn. Now he's going to get the ball to Anderson inside. He goes to Jay. Jay puts it up, and there's going to be a travel violation call.
Right, Joe. The ball went inside to Bedwell. He faked to the inside, went baseline, and took that extra step. We got to watch Oak Grove-Coburn now, see if they up the tempo a little bit here and start taking some chances on defense.
Goes inside to Counts. Counts turns one way, goes the other, and hits. Another thing, too, I think we might notice right at this point, Counts is guarding Lawrence, and Lawrence is quick enough. Now, this is what I was just going to make my point, because Prescott was handling the ball. Now, see if Southern Aroostook can pick that up, and maybe Lawrence will start handling the ball, so Counts won't have all the pressure on the Prescott boy.
Nice call, Joe. Very good observation, because they did make the switch.
Now goes to Goodall. The top now to Anderson. 1:42 remaining in this game. 73-69 the score. Prescott inside goes to Jay Bedwell. Jay Bedwell is almost taking a pat. And the foul is on Lowe, I believe. And Jay came down hard, but he'll go back up. And all the young ladies of Aroostook County can look and see if you get mad.
Right. And Charlie Hotham called timeout number 2. And I think that's all for him with 1:37 seconds left. What we wanted to look for, and I was going to make the point before the timeout, Joe, was the fact that Southern Aroostook is starting to look to take some time off the clock. And they ran a little delay game there, which was a nice little delay game on the foul lane, because that confuses the defense when they got to guard people who are lined up vertically on the lane. And when the ball went back over to the wing, then Jay Bedwell cut around the pick and went to the glass and received the pass and was fouled.
So down the stretch, Southern Aroostook has proved their mettle as far as shooting foul shots. They've been very good on the foul line, and Jay Bedwell will get another chance. As you look at this young man who is going to go to University of Maine at Presque Isle and major in art, we'll have to hold for another 137 to see if Jesse Bedwell's 21-year dream does come true. But I think there's a lot of points left in both Counts and Dunston, and it's just a matter of if the Southern Aroostook team can keep making the open shots at the foul line.
They got to make the open shots, and they got to take some time off the clock and make the foul shots. But there's plenty of time left. 1:37 with 4 points, Joe, is not much, because you're only talking about 2 hoops.
73-69. The shot is up and good. So if you're Jesse Bedwell and you want that clock to move, you're Charlie Hotham, you want it to slow down a little bit.
That's right. You're playing against the clock, both coaches right now.
Pop, and he hits a pair. 75-69. And the ball is rolled down, and it's picked up by Counts as the clock stops. They still have 5 seconds on that play.
Yes, they do.
And they're going to call a travel. Key play there. Key play.
Key turnover right there. Richard Dunston really wasn't quite ready, and he took that extra step on the jump shot.
Now they want the full court trap now.
Here it is, 2-2-1.
Off to Goodall. Goodall turns back to Lawrence. Lawrence moves off to Prescott. Prescott's going to stop. He looks around. I think the Southern Aroostook boys are looking for Counts. Where is Counts? That's what counts, because he is there with those quick hands. As 1:15 now remains in this game, 75-69. Inside to Bedwell. Bedwell turns, and he's being fouled again by Lowe. And Lowe has picked him off twice now.
All right, that's the 4th foul on Larry Lowe, but that's the same play they ran earlier, Joe. They hide Jay Bedwell out on the wing here, and then the ball goes through. They run a couple cutters up to set up the offense, and then here comes Bedwell across the lane, received the pass, and that time Lowe bumped him underneath.
As Jay Bedwell gets ready to go to the line, Tim Prescott, who is the assistant coach for this team, is the brother of John. And their dad used to work in the Bangor area, now up in Dyer Brook. And Jesse Bedwell asked, where is Dyer Brook? Well, if they win this one, I think the whole world will know.
Dyer Brook will be on the map, Joe.
There's a roll again. We'll see if he picks it up. They're counting on that. Now he dribbles it. If it does go, he doesn't pick it up within 5 seconds. It's a violation. The ball, the shot is up, and it's good by Hughes.
Hughes keeps him in it.
And what they try to do in that particular play is, Bob, the clock does not start until someone touches the ball.
Exactly right. They just keep it.
And there should be a two-shotter right there. As low as picked up, I believe, is fifth.
Got tough play there that time for the Oak Grove-Coburn defense, and that's a tough play with this 1-and-1 and two-shot determination judgment by the official. But what happened? Southern Aroostook got through the defense, and here goes Prescott up the court, running the clock down, so the kid was not in position to foul him in a 1-on-1 situation. He had to take the chance for the two-shot intentional and stop the clock, Joe, at 51 seconds.
So Giroux will come in for low, and a good foul shooting team, this Southern Aroostook team. Going the line will be John Prescott, and Prescott is a junior. Reggie Lawrence is a junior. And the seniors, Anderson, Bedwell, and along with Goodall. But Bedwell doesn't care if they're PGs. He'd like to win this one. The shot is up, and it's no good.
They're going to make those foul shots.
Prescott is a good foul shooter, and Bedwell moves now in his chair. The shot is up, and it's good.
He gets the roll.
78-71, so they're up by 7 with 51 seconds. There's the roll, the ball. Now Counts picks it up, goes right down the middle, stops, the shot pop, and there's going to be a foul, I believe, on Bedwell, and Counts to go to the line for a pair.
Right, Joe. What Jesse might do here with 47 seconds, if he scores again, he may keep Lawrence or Prescott down court and make the clock start by playing a little bit of defense and kind of pick them up for full court. At least to get the clock started and then work on the 10 seconds coming up the court.
So the count goes the line now. The shot is up, and it's good. I don't think I've seen a more streamlined ball player in Class D as this one. He just so much court awareness. He is everywhere, know what's going on. The shot is up, and it cuts it now to 5, 78-73, 47 seconds. This thing's not over yet. Lawrence now turns. Lawrence passes it off. They're going to call a foul on Dunston. He's fouled out of the game.
Foul on the pass. Richard Dunston commits his 5th foul, I believe, Joe. Yes, it is. Thank you. And there's Charlie Halcomb over talking to Richard. Fouled him on the pass. Lawrence made the pass across. And he's going to go to the foul line with another 1-and-1.
So Charlie Hotham has 30 seconds. No, I guess he's got somebody in there. Arrestman must have come back in. Hughes is in there along with Giroux. The count. Arrestman and Hughes. And on the line is Lawrence. So a couple here I think may do it. I'd rather not say. And it doesn't. Rebound inside by Goodall. He still got the ball. The ball stripped, and they call a jump ball. So
yeah, a little delayed call by the official, a little delayed call, but he was kind of screened out on the baseline and called a hell ball. Big jump ball and big possession right here, Joe.
78-73, Southern Aroostook leading 41 seconds for the goal ball. They bring that out at halftime. That's enough to make everyone a little bit anxious. Tip, Counts, picks it up now. They're going to call him for double dribble. He throws the ball back to the official. So 38 seconds remaining.
Nice play by Derek Counts. He stepped in, anticipated where the tip was going, and made the steal, but called for the travel.
And Counts steals the ball. Behind the back now, goes down. The ball's knocked away, picked up by Lawrence. And Lawrence is being fouled by Counts, I believe, or a jump ball. Counts wanted the jump ball, but they give him the foul instead.
He was looking for the jump ball, but he got all. There was a double team with he and Giroux, and they fouled Lawrence. But they got 11 seconds off the clock, Joe, and I'm sure that's what Jesse wants with no points scored, and with Lawrence going to the line for the 1-and-1.
78-73 the score. 30 seconds remaining in this game. Lawrence shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound off by Bedwell. Bedwell on the lane, turns up over the head, and they call him for traveling.
Right, great rebound offensively by Jay Bedwell, but instead of getting the ball back out, he took it to the basket and was whistled for the travel.
Giroux now has the ball, 78-73, 25 seconds. Giroux's going to have, someone's going to have to put it up, and there's the man that does. A rebound comes off to Prescott. Prescott goes down, still in the dribble now, comes down with it, and he's going to be fouled. I believe that's going to be 2. Yeah, it is.
Two-shot foul. That time they got caught again with John Prescott outrunning the field, and the little Jeff Giroux, all 5'7" of them, went after Prescott and made the foul, and the officials called 2 shots. Good call, Joe. He goes over and taps Prescott. He said, "Hey, son, the only way I could stop the clock was to do that."
So there's John Prescott. And I imagine Dyer Brook will have the doors blown off it as this Southern Aroostook Ball Club has come down here to the Civic Center, and at this point leading 79-73 with 15 seconds. And I would say if he hits this one, that could be the curtain.
Right, they're
for the Oak
sensing
Grove
victory now. They're hit. There's a steal by Gould.
Almost by Goodall. They're going to call a foul on Counts.
Nice play by Goodall. He anticipated the roll and went after it. He got the loose ball, and Derek Counts commits a foul on the loose ball at the foul line.
So I believe they're why the buzzer blew, and let's see, there's 4 personal fouls on Counts. They want I guess things are being thrown onto the floor. Well, like the Bangor Auditorium, the Augusta Civic Center must suffer with unthinking people. A tough ball game to lose, a good one to win. Jesse Bedwell, I can't wait for his comments on the ceremony. It'll be a classic.
So the clock is wrong. It's they're winding the clock down now. Somebody must have got over anxious over there and pushed the wrong button because it was back up to a minute. Now they're running it down, as our viewers can see on the screen.
Well, we were down to 15. Be interested to see what they do put out. Jesse's going to watch that close.
I'd say 12, Joe, possibly because the clock didn't start until it was rolled on the floor and Goodall touched it, and then there was a foul after that. Maybe less than that, but.
Well, when the ball is rolled, the clock wouldn't start. You mean after he touched it?
Yeah, after he touched it. After he touched it on the roll.
Let's see if you're right, Bob. Oh, if you're right, this will be a by 2. 10, that's not bad.
Jesse says, I'm glad you're wrong, Bob, because I got 2 seconds on that.
Charlie'd like to have that back at 12,
That's
but
right.
at this point, 80-73 to score. And the shot is up, and it's no good. That starts the clock, though. Counts takes it off. Looks up at the clock, 7 seconds. Southern Aroostook has won the D. Puts it up, and it's good.
Rolls around and in.
All they got to do is hold it out of bounds now, and they have won it. And Jesse Bedwell and Jay Bedwell goes over to grab his father. They hug each other as Jesse goes to shake hands with Charlie Hotham, always a gentleman. And the Southern Aroostook team has won a big basketball game here for Aroostook County, 80-75.
Excellent call, Joe, and I'm sure Jesse doesn't care. They missed 3 1-on-1s down the stretch, but they're state Class D champions in the boys' action. Southern Aroostook Warriors defeating Oak Grove-Coburn. And you can't say enough for Oak Grove-Coburn because they put up a heck of a game. 5 points. They got themselves in foul trouble, but the count kept coming at them, and Hughes kept coming at them, and they have nothing to be ashamed of because they really put up a great battle right down to the end with Eric Counts laying in that last basket. There's some to hit, and here they are up with the nets. Doesn't take them long to get those nets down, Joe. They just they put them up with a string through them now, and all you got to do is untie the string and then just whip them out of there. So
I think the PA announcer just said, if I'm correct, I don't think it up here. That's official down there. Counts at 42. So if he did have 42, then he broke his record of a year ago when he had 39.
Right, just an excellent performance. You can't take anything away from him. It wasn't in a losing cause, but he just put on a show both ends of the court. He just didn't play the offensive end either. He was called on by Charlie Hotham to play defense, to pick up the tough player. Prescott, as you mentioned, late in the game, he rebounded, he passed, he got numerous assists, and he was just a one-man show out there when they needed him, Joe.
Well, it's always fun to sit and witness a shooting breaking record like that. The man had it a year ago. I guess he doesn't care where he plays as long as there's a basket. He had 39 against Jonesport Beals a year ago, and now he has 42 against this Southern Aroostook team. But more importantly, the Southern Aroostook Warriors have won the Class D state championship here at the Augusta Civic Center in very fine fashion. Pretty much so that they had done at Bangor. They got the good perimeter shooting from all their people. The first half, Jay Bedwell kept firing them in. Anderson was not shooting that much from the side. And then the second half started. Anderson started hitting, and then it came from Lawrence at the top of the key, and then one thing after another. So it's been a solid 5 for the Southern Aroostook team, and without a substitute today, they've done it again.
Yes, they have, Joe. Good comment on that because they went with the Iron Man 5, if you will, and then in the first half, as I mentioned during the statistics, and there's Jesse right in the middle of the picture there, just happy as he can be. A 21-year-old dream has come true for him, and his son has helped him realize that dream. But they had 3 players who had scored in the first half. And then, as you mentioned, Anderson came on, Lawrence came on, and Ryan Goodall finally at the end put in a couple of baskets and got some key rebounds to bring the championship to Dyer Brook.
Well, Dyer Brook is well known now, and Jesse says, I'll put that baby on the map, and he has. So
there's Jesse. I think that's an emotional scene right there. There's Jesse hugging the Counts boy and also the Dunston boy over on the Oak Grove-Coburn bench. And he's going over, shaking all of those kids' hands, and that's a great gesture by Jesse. And I'm sure Derek and Richard, somewhere down the line, will certainly appreciate that moment.
Well, I think he's a man for all seasons. He's an emotional man. He loves his basketball. He makes no bonus about anything. What he says is what he means. What they quote him in the paper is all right with him. I think Charlie Hotham, talking to him over the week, mentioned what kind of a guy is this Jesse Bedwell? And I said, whatever he says, Charlie, you better believe it because he means it.
You better believe it. He's going to say it anyway. He's a good guy, and he's got his championship, his gold ball. It goes back to Southern Aroostook, and Southern Aroostook, having not been in the tournament or having a tradition in their basketball program there, have certainly got to be gratified with their first championship of the state and put that gold ball in that trophy cabinet, Joe. I got to think that it was a great team effort the whole year, and culminated by a tremendous performance. 80 points in the state championship game, 95 points in the Eastern Maine championship game. It shows a lot for their basketball ability to put the ball in the basket.
Well, another point, too, that I'll make before we get into the presentations is that these 5 young men, as we mentioned, are Iron men, have gone in the distance, but they pass to each other. They know each other's moves. They go to the hardware. They know when to go into Bedwell. They know when to go to Anderson. They're all unselfish, and it has to go to Jesse Bedwell for teaching that kind of basketball.
That's right. The coach has a lot to do with that because he's the one that sets the offense and sets the defense and allows each player to play within their limits.
Let's go down on the floor.
This is Barry Lonis, the principal of Wyndham High School, who will make the presentation.
On behalf of the Maine State Secondary School Principals Association and Tournament Director Bob Whitehawk, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present the runner-up trophy and the state championship trophy to 2 fine, well-coached ball teams. At this juncture, I would like to introduce the coach of Oak Grove-Coburn, Mr. Charles Holdem. Mr. Holdem. Congratulations, Charlie.
I wrote these things down because I forgot a few things last week, but I'll try to move this along. First of all, I think that Southern Aroostook has a terrific team. I think that you showed great balance out there and played basically with 5 ball players, and we kind of hoped we could get you in a little foul trouble, but that didn't happen. But you played very well, and I congratulate you. Okay, over here, this ball club started out at the beginning of the year with 1 starter back, a terrific starter, to be certain. And we lost our first ball game, won 11 in a row, lost our next one, and I've kind of lost count after that. But we've had a terrific run, and I'm very proud, very, very proud of the team. Well, I have the opportunity. I would like to take this opportunity, and I already mentioned it on television before, but I have to say this because I can't speak for the other schools, the other prep schools, private schools, but I just want to say that we do not recruit basketball players. We do not solicit basketball players, and the players that are sent to us by the New York Boys Club, we have no control over, but we're mighty thankful that we have them, but I want to make that point. I'd like to thank our fans and supporters, real good fans that followed us all year long, the administration, the coaches in our system, and I'd like to thank the parents too, because I know that basketball is the most demanding sport there is, time-wise and so on, and we have boys that travel, you know, as many as 30 miles, because most of our students are really day students who come into the school. And I'd like to thank my number one fan, my wife. Hi, Betty. Okay, I would also say that part of the reason why I wrote all these things down, I'll get you over here, Coach, in a minute. Yeah. Is that we also, I took this job under not very good conditions. The former coach, Mr. Ferdinand Liberty, passed away shortly before the season started. And so we wanted to dedicate this season to Coach Liberty, and we've done that. And we came up a little bit short, but I guess as a famous Civil War general said, a little more was required of us than we were able to perform today. But I want to mention that about Coach Liberty. Really. Okay, now we'll get to it. I'd like the girls coach has been kind enough to help me today, Mr. Du Bois. I'd like to have him help with the awards. First of all, we start with the statisticians, two girls who really did a great job all during the year, put in all kinds of hours, and helped us with our media guide and so on. Diane Littlefield. Okay, the other statistician, Sherry Dolly. The manager, who I had to confiscate from the girls' team, Beth Ferrucci. Okay, moving along, we have, well, we'll start with we call Tiger Cubs. I think we might be back in another year. We only have two seniors. We'll start with our freshman, Josh Sanborn. Eric Jones. And my last freshman, Steve Ferrucci. Okay. The older Tigers, I guess, sophomore, Stacy Robinson. I didn't forget, no. That's why I wrote it down. Okay, another sophomore, Craig Ducky, came off the bench, did a good job today. Okay, another sophomore, John Berry. And another boy who came off the bench, did a good job, Jeff Giroux. Okay, moving along to our juniors. We only have one, and he's a really good one. We have two foreign exchange students, and I really think it's quite a tribute to these boys. One boy who didn't play quite as much today as he usually plays because he had 3 fouls early, but he's come a long, long way. And I'd just like to say this, as far as there are any other coaches around, we don't cut anybody out to Grove, but the first day of practice, I might have cut either one of these boys, and they've come on an awful long way. Manuel Spain Balmasuda. Did I kick your last one? Did I kick you? All right. I usually manage to kick his name around a little bit. Okay, now we move down to the starters. Okay, senior, co-captain, and just did a fantastic job. Hustle, dug in all year. I can't say too much for Alex Hughes. Okay, and the other senior, we're really going to miss these guys because they might as well be twins as far as the way they play out on the floor. They give their heart, they give everything, and they dig in. It's Tim Green. Okay, the boy that I was referring to before, I think he's done a remarkable job, and I'll do a remarkable job if I pronounce his name right. Neil Erzman, West Germany. Okay, another starter, most of the year. Starter with me, Larry Lowe. Okay, 2 more starters left. This boy is a sophomore. He's got a lot of basketball ahead of him, and he's going to be a great one. Rich Dunstan. Okay, last but not least, and if I've taken a lot of time now, I could take an awful lot more, but I'm just going to say this. I've coached a long time. I've had a lot of ball players. I've had a lot of good ball players. And this is the best ball player that I've ever had. If Maine had a Mr. Basketball, he'd be my choice. Derek Counts.
Right, there's Derek Counts right there on your screen. 42 points. Make a couple of points.
Once again,
on
congratulations,
him. He tied the record for most field goals at 19. He broke the record of Dougie Leishness from Strong in 1967, where Dougie scored 41 points. And he broke his last year's record with 42 points tonight. He had 39 last year and 2 shy of tying Nick Skasha from Sanford in 1967, who scored 44 points.
Faculty of Oak Grove-Coburn. Congratulations, fine season. And now for Class D, State of Maine champions, Southern Aroostook. Coach Jesse Bedwell. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. First, I'd like to say I made a statement to the press that Matt Rosano was twice as good as Derek Counts. Derek, would you come up and shake my hand? This old man didn't know what he's talking about. Derek. Well, first I'd like to thank all the fans that stayed with us. 2 years ago, we started this thing at Southern Aroostook. We got everybody playing the game now. We said we'd be here. Nobody believed us last year. And when we came to the tournament, this was a big thing for all of us just to get to the tournament. And now in the second year, we've got the gold ball. This actually right here is as close as I've been to one of them. And it's great. I've been a bridesmaid about 18 times, but I've never got it. Can I just touch it once, just to... Okay. I want to tell you, I'm proud of all the players and the boys from girls from Aroostook County. We got the job done today. I'd like to thank all the fans again and the people from Diabrook and from Oakfield and Highland Falls, Barrow, all the towns. Everyone contributed. We sold over $1,100 to $1,200 worth of tickets at the high school just to get down here. That's a long trip. And our attendance at our games have been fantastic. The support's fantastic. I couldn't ask for any more support from the community than I've had. And I've had the support from the administration. I also told 52 girls coaches I'd never stand up here and say that. But it's the truth. And now I'd like to honor the ones that's closest to us. And if I could have my assistant coach around, because he's the only one who can remember anything. This is Tim Prescott, assistant coach. He's been my right-hand man. I'd like to start out with the managers. Kathy Bryant. I can't stand too much more of this. Heather Newman. Here comes another one. Those tall girls. Well, you can stand it. You're about 90 years younger than me. Susan Lyons. Here it comes. I forgot what we're talking about. Jolynn. Jolynn time. Hey, I'm going to mention the band if they won't all come up here and kiss me. You promise? Okay. What we got? Now we start with the ball players. One of our future ball players. Sometimes we need him, sometimes we don't this year. I think we went with 5 players today, which is quite a feat. Jason Tyre. Brent Dubois. Mark Douglas. David Lindsay. Mark Bushy. All right, senior James Greaves. I tell you, he's the greatest 6 man that never got in a game that you've ever seen. I'm telling you. Reggie Lawrence. Our non-shooter that fakes people out. Now we got John Prescott, point guard. Oh, this is a family affair here. This is Big Brother. Big Brother. Okay. Ryan Goodall hits the board. You know, we almost lost Ryan. Tim told him to go home and get a good breakfast. He cooked some bacon and lost at least one finger. So, you know, we're not all super at the kitchen, but he can rebound. Our shooter that's carried us into this thing, lit up the Eastern Maine tournament, 17 for 21 in the first 2 games. He can put them away. There he is, Alan Anderson. I've waited, like I've said, I can't remember, 21 or 22 or 100 years for this moment. From the day this boy was born, I waited. You always hope, all the coaches, hope they have sons that can play this game. I got one that can play this game. I waited a long time, and he helped lead us to the state championship, Jay Bedwell. The last time at the Eastern Maine tournament, he come up, and I thought he was going to say great coach or something. He says, Prescott got 15 assists. This time he did tell me I did a decent job. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Here it is. And gives me great pleasure on behalf of the Maine State Secondary School Principals Association to present the state championship gold ball to Southern Aroostook, the team, the fans, cheerleaders, and residents.
Don't drop it.
Okay, I got one thing to say. I do it every time. I forget the cheerleaders, and I don't really forget them. I just get nervous. I want the cheerleaders up here for this trophy. They're a big part of it.
There it is, Joe. Jesse doesn't mean to forget the cheerleaders. There they are. They're right in the picture now. They got the gold ball held aloft. And we've got some final statistics here, Joe, for the game. For Oak Grove-Coburn, Larry Lowe had 2 points. Alex Hughes, 10. Craig Durkee finished with 2. Richard Dunstan had a strong 17. Neil Earthman had 2 points. And Derek Counts had a total of 42 points. As I mentioned when he received his individual awards, some records were broken there for a total of 75. And for the state Class D, champions under Jesse Bedwell, John Prescott finished with a strong 21 points and 5 for 6 from the free throw line in the 4th period. Reggie Lawrence had 6. Ryan Goodall had 9. Jay Bedwell had 34. Alan Anderson had 10 for a total of 80 points, Joe, and the state championship. And there's the gold ball, and here are the shooting stats on your screen. Southern Aroostook finished 29 for 32, a nice 47%, where Oak Grove-Coburn was 35 for 68 for 51%. But here's the difference. Free throws, 22 for 33 for 67%. Excellent foul shooting in a championship situation. Oak Grove-Coburn 5 for 8 for 63%. Oak Grove-Coburn ended with 14 turnovers, and Southern Aroostook 7, Joe. And back to you.
Okay, Bob, I think another point to be made, too, is that Jesse Bedwell's Southern Aroostook team finally broke the Western flow, because there's been 3 straight championships this year in '84 won by Western Maine. So right. Jesse's the first Eastern Maine team to crack that.
Right, Joe. We got 2 more games tonight. The girls and the boys playing in the Class C championship here at the Civic Center. And there is Southern Aroostook getting ready for the team picture that they can hang in the trophy case with the gold ball and the game ball there at the end of the Civic Center floor.
And we're hoping to have Bill McManus talking with Jesse Bedwell before this is over, and he's going after him right now. I think Jesse's got that ball under his arm. He could go for a slam dunk right now, but McManus grabs him nicely. And I think it's apropos to see a great season like that. And I think Jesse made a good point that Derek Counts is a great basketball player.
Right, and Jesse can relax a little bit now because he's got the basketball, and that's what he wanted. A little pressure off. And now we go down to the floor. Bill McManus, you have Jesse and Jay there for the interview. Billy?
Thank you, Bobby. Jesse, what do you want to say to the fans back in Eastern Maine?
Well, I pulled for every team down here. I was awful unhappy when Holton didn't do it. The girls did. I really was for them. And the boys went up and talked to them, and Jay and Alan, and they had an assembly, and they were in it. And I just thought they deserved it. And it made us pretty sad, but we decided somebody's going to bring that sucker back.
Jay, you played a good ball game. I didn't want to bring you over here and not bring the whole team, but your dad's the coach, and that I know you were going after some kids. I'll tell Bobby and Joe that Jay was running after some other kids to be here with us, but I wanted you to be here because of your dad. Did he do a good coaching job?
Yes, he did. Yes, really, really good. Really. I mean, I thought I've had a lot of coaches in my time, and he's the greatest.
I know you're going to say that anyway. Jesse, you did a good job, and the kids are pleased, and you seem like a happy man, and that's the one thing we want to put back. Well, it's been a long time.
You know, all week I had 5 scouting reports, and they told me what all this team was going to do. 1-3-1 zone, 2-3 zone. I told the kids 2 weeks ago, they saw that shooting exhibition in Eastern Maine. It's going to be man-to-man. And we worked man-to-man all week. Thank God we did.
The Counts boy was a good athlete.
Yes, he is, and he can't stop him. The man's telling the truth. You can't stop him. He goes through zones. You play man, he'll burn you. Which it was just a matter of 5 players, you know, beating 2 or 3 super players.
Jesse, will you be going back home tonight? And what time will you be back at the school?
Well, we're not going back tonight. We're going to stay at the hotel, and we're going to go back tomorrow. And we'll probably arrive home, I don't know, somewhere around 2 o'clock, or maybe later than that, maybe 4, I say. but I don't know. I guess we need to tell the people, but I'm not sure whoever's organizing the reception could call the hotel, and we'll be there.
Jesse, again, on behalf of MPBN Television, we want to present you with this tape of today's championship game. You take that back to the school and give it to the school so the kids can see it later on.
Hey, I wanted to say one thing. I want to say hello to my family in Indiana. And my old Uncle Sig's been waiting a long time for this, and I got about 10,000 relatives back there. Gary Curtis, it goes on and on. And, but I just want to say something about some of my people that really are waiting for phone calls from Indiana. They know I've waited a long time. And Bob Hogger, I'm going to call in a minute.
Jesse, nice reflection. If you want to look in that gold ball, that's a nice reflection.
That makes my head look bigger than it is.
Jesse, congratulations. Jay, nice ball game. Congratulations to you. Joe?
Okay, thank you very much, Bill. The Class D championship decided here at the Augusta Civic Center. Southern Aroostook winning by a score of 80-75. And we'll be back this evening with more basketball. This is Joe Gould for Bob Leahy and for Bill McManus. Have a very pleasant good afternoon.